Okay, to before we demonstrate the importance of a headline, let's just check out what we're talking about with a headline. The actual title tag and why it's so important. Let's search surfboard, and when you're ready. Okay, so let's look at some of these results. And basically, here's the headline, the bit in blue that shows up on Google or in your whichever search engine you're in. And here's the sorts of things that, from an SEO point of view, old style SEO, your typical web designer is trying to do. Look, I'll get surfboards in, and surfboards in again, and I'll mention surf and board and surfboards, and I'll cram basically the title with the keywords, or the keyword that I'm targeting. Like this one here, surfboards, surfboard manufacturer. But where they're kind of missing out, or will miss out, is that, as you can see, seeing as how they're on the first page, this initially gets you there. But what starts to happen then, or we're pretty convinced what starts to happen then, is one of the measurements Google can take. One of the things it can measure is the click-through rate. So how often anybody can be bothered doing that, clicking on your website and going through to your actual website, like so. So it would see that and think, yeah, it can measure how many of them. So you appear on the first page, but how many people actually bother clicking on the site? And all best practice in research would tell us that the more you clicked on, the more you'll go up the results, and the less you clicked on, the more you'll go down the results. So stuff in a title full of keywords may initially get you reasonably high. It's not really necessarily going to make you click on it. So what starts to happen then is the more engaging headlines get clicked on and start to move up, and the less engaging headlines, the ones just purely stuffed full of keywords, start to move down. I'll give you a little example of one of my own. Fire safety resources. Okay. So which one do you think it is? Yeah, it's this one here. The top 50 free fire safety resources for UK business owners. When I initially posted this, it hit about page 3 or 4 for that search, and without changing anything really, it steadily moved to number 1. Very lightly optimized. I've got the keywords in there, but not repeated and repeated and repeated. But it's an engaging headline: the top 50 free fire safety resources for UK business owners. And then the next thing you do is exactly the same idea with your description tags, which bring up this bit. So little known facts, free online guides, unique auto-generating documentation. So you get a little bit more to go at in the description, but it should lead on, and it should again be engaging, and it should make you want to click, grab your attention and make you think, oh. So it's headline writing techniques are very well known, well researched, and whether it's for websites, whether it's for just good copy, advertising, newspaper adverts, magazines, etc., etc., billboards, then the quality of the headline determines whether it catches somebody's attention. And that is so important when it comes to having a title tag for your page and then carrying that on with the description tag that comes below. So whether you look after your own website or whether somebody else looks after it, you need to be, if you use a web designer, then you need to be telling them, look, on these pages, on my title tag I want this, and on my description tag I want that. So if you want to see, well, here you go, look, when you write the title tag, it appears up here at the top of your browser, the secrets of getting your website to the top of Google, and also here, the secrets of getting your website to the top of Google. But if you want to see how that looks in the coding behind, if you're looking at a website, you can go view source in your browser, and here in the metadata, the meta tags, then the meta description here, look, looks like that, and the title tag is here between the start title and end title labels. The secret of getting your website to the top of Google. So that's where it looks like. That's where it ends up when you look at the page itself. So you need to be getting your web designer, unless you're doing it yourself, which hopefully you are. But either way, the title tags and the meta description tags need to be very well crafted headlines. So remember, it's important to use good headline writing techniques, and below this video you can see some examples of kind of well researched and well proven headlines that have been shown to work and be engaging, which you can take the idea of and twist and manipulate and use it as food for thought to make your own headlines. But remember that a title tag, you've only got 70 characters, and beyond that you're wasting your time. And the description tag that comes below the title in the search results, then that is 160 characters. Anything after that gets cut off. So a good tool for write yourself a little headline, and then you can cut and paste. If you go to lettercount.com, so here we are, lettercount.com. You paste your headline in there, and then you click count characters. So there we go, that one says 56, so that'd be okay, or you could fit some more in. And obviously do exactly the same with your description tag, but make sure it's under 160. So lettercount.com, nice and handy when you're just setting up your titles and your descriptions.